How did that moment happen for you?
I woke up from my surgery and I had no breasts.
Yeah.
I had no career
Yeah.
because COVID and babies and not feeling like I could go all in on Skimpies. I knew I wasn't gonna have a third baby and I just felt so low. I was like, who am I as a woman, as a human? Like, what is my life going to be? And I felt this overwhelming urge from God to just list the things that made me happy. Like I felt like I heard that voice in my head say, list the things that make you happy. So I said, God, my kids, my husband, and Skimpies. And then that totally surprised me. I was like, Skimpies?
Hi, and welcome back to the Be the Train podcast. I'm super, super excited for our guest today, Bette Bentley. She is the founder of Skimpies, and she literally built up this company to be a $10 million company in 1 year by going viral on TikTok. So I am so excited. Also, she's one of my burn buddies. So hi, Bette. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, Selena.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm so happy to be at your home.
Yay. Thank you. I know this is my home.
And it's beautiful and it's so you.
Oh, thank you.
I feel like you're one of those people that you meet and you just radiate.
Oh,
And
thank
so
you.
it's always special to like see someone in their space.
Thank you so much. You too. So what does Be the Train mean to you when you hear that?
You know, it's interesting because I started off my career as a writer.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to use this metaphor that men write like trains
Mm-hmm.
and they just barrel forward.
Okay.
And that's how you see the landscape and you see it in like a chronological way and it moves really fast and it moves straight. And I would say that women write like we're in an airplane
Okay.
and you can kind of see far ahead and you can see far back and you can see right beneath you kind of all at the same time.
Yeah.
It's swirly and it
Yeah.
seems like it's moving slower, but we cover a lot of ground.
Oh.
And so when you say be the train, it like immediately brings me back to that metaphor. Now that I'm in business, I feel like be the train for me means embodying my power and
Yeah.
living in the present moment
Yeah.
and trusting the process.
I love that. So tell us a little bit, how did you go from being a to founding Skimpies?
I know. And I have so many questions for you because I feel like we're both multi-hyphenates.
We definitely
and
are.
I love talking about that.
Yeah.
So I started off my career doing UCB, which is like improv.
Yeah.
So I feel
love it.
like-
I did groundlings.
Yes. Okay. Good. So you get, it's like you're a writer, actor, performer, you do everything.
Yep.
And then I just started getting paid as a writer.
Yeah.
And mommy needed to pay her rent. So
Yeah.
like it just sort of became my career, but I was also always an actor.
Yeah.
I ended up working for Will Ferrell at
Oh,
this time
cool.
when like internet comedy was just starting. It was like the wild, wild west.
Yes.
of
Was
the
that
industry.
his show? He had a really fun sketch show.
Funny or Die?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, cool.
So that was like my first big girl job in my early 20s.
Oh,
It
cool.
was
What
my
a fun
dream.
place to work.
It was so fun. And I was like the only woman
I can imagine.
in the writer's room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was so fun. It was so cool. And it was a great place to grow and develop as a creative
Yeah.
and also flex a lot of muscles that I use now all the time.
Yeah.
How to inspire, how to speak up, how to get my point across in a way that makes everyone want to work with me,
Yeah.
how to be bold. So I really got to learn about who I was and how I wanted to lead too,
Yeah.
even though I was like working for everybody else. I'm like the lowest person on the totem pole.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I think you have to be, especially with improv, especially with comedy, there's like a certain level of flexibility.
Right.
There's a certain level of confidence. Like you have to pitch an idea. You have to come up with like new things all the time. It's almost like a muscle in the brain to be able to do that then I think becomes transferable for other things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Improv comedy writing has set me up for success in ways that I would never imagine. And I did Stanford Business School. I graduated last year.
Yeah.
And I
Congrats.
Thank you.
No big deal.
I mean, oh my gosh, going back to school as a mom and a founder is
Yeah. A lot.
that was a choice.
Yeah.
That was a choice. I didn't make any new friends for 8 months.
Yeah.
It's like I have to just do this. But I suggested to like so many of my colleagues, take an improv class.
Yeah.
Like, I promise you, you're going to get so much out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did that for years, and then was in a writer's room at CBS and met my husband,
Okay.
who ironically is in advertising, but started off his career writing for The Onion and
Oh.
decided to take 6 months off to just do this comedy job.
Oh my God. The
Because he
Onion,
missed
what
it.
another hugely hilarious, fun place to work at.
I know.
Like really like the two funnest comedy, like when I just think about fun, it's like literally The Onion and what's it called? The show that you were on.
Funny or Die.
Yes, yes.
It's funny because I watched that David Beckham documentary, and he was like, my kids don't understand that they have a football player and a Spice Girl for parents. And I was like, wait, like that's us, but not wealthy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was like, one day you'll see The Onion and Funny or Die are like comedy lore.
It's
but we
like,
didn't
it's
get
literally,
paid. We
yeah.
didn't get paid.
But they're like such a staple, like comedy. You know what I mean? That's so cool.
Time, I remember even thinking it. I was like, this will be the best thing to put on my resume that no one will know I made no money doing.
Yeah, well,
And
but it
Brian
paid
feels
off.
the exact same. He's like, because we were both like at the very beginning of these like
Yeah,
prestigious moments in
Yeah.
comedy
yeah,
that I think for our era, for like millennials, kind of means something.
yeah.
But yeah, I met him in a writer's room, and my life just completely changed. He was honestly supposed to be a one-night stand, my first one-night stand.
My husband was also supposed to be a one-night stand.
No.
And here he is right here helping us with this podcast 12 years later.
He is honestly very sweet and in love with his wife. When I was complimenting her, I felt him smile and be like, I feel the same. And I was like, I love it when people find their soulmate.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, that's so funny.
That's so crazy.
Well, you know what? I think what happens for me at least is when you think someone's going to be a one-night stand, you're not putting all this like pressure
Right.
on where it's going or what it means or who. Like, I think there's a lot of pressures we put on ourselves about like the one. And when you
Totally.
drop that pressure, you're just really yourself and the other person's themselves, and there's no stakes. And it makes for like a much looser, easier beginning in my mind. I don't know.
Completely. I completely agree. I got married way too young
Yeah.
and was going through a divorce when I met Brian.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've never been, can I say slutty on your podcast?
Of course.
Okay, great.
Please.
I was like, I've never been slutty, but my soul is slutty. Like, why was she in the closet? Let's bring her out. This is her time to shine. So I was just like, you.
That's literally,
Let's go home.
that's literally what I did with my husband. So I was like, I had just broken up with this guy that was like terrible. And I literally went into my master's program
No
and I
big
was
deal.
like, I don't want at AFI. And I was like, I don't want to have anything or anyone interrupt like my career path right now.
Yeah.
I'm super focused. I would like to choose one person to be my fuck buddy.
Yes.
I was like, I want no drama. I want no relationship. I like had a whole conversation with him. I just want you to know that this is like a one-time thing and this isn't going to mean anything. And I don't want anything. And he was like, sure. Yeah. Sounds great.
He's like, yes, please. I'll sign the check.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I'm like surrounded by gorgeous pictures of their family. So
It's so funny. That's awesome. So then you met him in the writer's room. You were both writers. And then what transitioned? What happened? How did you move into businesswoman? And is he still a writer or how did that all pan out?
yeah, he went back to advertising. He actually got hired like very early on in our relationship to be the creative director for Best Buy.
Oh, cool.
And I was 7 months pregnant.
Oh, wow.
So, we were blessed with our daughter a month into dating.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Wow.
I know. She was 1 at our wedding.
Oh my God. I mean, that's amazing. And also like how cool that worked out because you could never know. But I feel
know.
like what a blessing that it was like actually a good match and that, and then how cute to have a 1-year-old at your wedding.
Honestly, truly. And I think sometimes God knows.
Yeah.
Not to sound like a cheese ball, but
Yeah.
like, I just truly do. And I felt it in that moment. I also felt it when I'm going to cry when I like saw his reaction because I was so scared.
Yeah.
And he said, Bet, like we could do this the right way and wait years and get married and wait years and have a baby. Or we could do this right now and have 5 more years with our kids at the end of our life.
Oh, that's
And I
really
was
sweet.
let's go.
Well, yeah, you were like, this is the kind of man I want to marry.
11 years later and 2 children.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Love of my life.
Oh,
Love of my
that's
absolute life.
amazing.
And
I
just
love
like
that.
your husband, like my partner in so many things and
Yeah.
helped me build my business. But yeah, my career took a real backseat because Brian's was kind of blowing up.
Yeah.
And I think that really happens in relationships that
Yeah.
just like the ocean, it ebbs and it flows. And sometimes one
100%.
person's tide is coming in and you sort of recede and you're part of this, growing ecosystem. So
Yeah.
you learn how to just support the rhythms of the union.
Yeah.
But I moved to Minnesota 7 months pregnant,
Yeah.
left my career, my friends.
So, because the job took you guys to Minnesota.
Took us to Minnesota. That's where their headquarters are.
Okay.
So we ended up moving back here when Brian was in grad school at Brown. He was getting his MBA and it was COVID and we could do everything remote.
Oh, okay.
So he was still at Best Buy and I just missed LA so much and I missed working and it was a crazy time to move, but we did it after 5 years in Minnesota and moved back with a toddler and a 4-year-old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, never having been in LA with kids.
Wow.
And during that time, I was just in leggings all the time. I think like everybody else. Like I was running Lucky around the block to get him to fall asleep and getting some sunshine and trying to just like not have my mask on for a second and work out and homeschool. And I just like started getting UTIs. This is the story of my business, by the way. This is not just me randomly talking about leggings in my
And you're, okay.
But I realized that like we need an organic cotton option in leggings.
Yeah.
And I just started trying to source that and figure that out. I tried putting a panty liner in my leggings and it balled up and went up my butt. And I was like, wait, there should be a liner that's like made to go into leggings. I feel like we've all tried to like hack this problem.
Yeah.
And the more I researched it and dove into it, I would like get on these Reddit threads and there would just be millions of women talking about this problem.
That's so interesting.
And I think being like an improv person, being a comedy writer, when you see the opening line of a sketch and it's a question mark, you're like, how can I solve this?
Well, and also I feel like I remember you have a line that's like, we just want to be in your pants or something like that. So brilliant, so funny, so comedy, so memorable.
Oh,
like,
thank you.
Yeah, it was so important. I mean, because marketing is everything.
So important. And I realized that when I was like diving into this and wanted to solve this problem, no one has entered FemCare, FemHigh underwear with humor.
Yeah.
It's all very sterile. It's either like a hospital from the 80s.
Yeah.
Or it's like uber, like, sexy about shapewear, about whatever.
Yeah.
And there's not like a real sense of humor about it that feels like of our generation.
Yeah.
That feels personable, that has someone's face on it because they're proud of these products. And I felt this calling.
Yeah.
I felt this true. Like, I think there's a few times in this world, and I'm sure you felt this way when you made your film.
Yeah.
Where like God, the universe, however you want to put it.
Something kind of comes through you.
Something comes through you. You get the goosebumps and you're like, this is my path.
Yeah.
I can do something important here if I let go and trust the process and work hard.
Yeah. 100%.
So I dove in, girl, head first.
So how did you start? Like, how did you even start to figure out what you needed to do? Was it like researching like who manufactures this or how do you?
That's exactly how I started. Yeah. I started researching who manufactures panty liners, like who are the top panty liner manufacturers in the world, because I wanted to call them and figure out why they don't stick to leggings and what they're made of and
interesting.
What this process is like. And pretty much everyone hung up the phone on me.
Really?
It is a really old school environment. There are like no patents. We're one of the first products in probably like 25 years that has a patent in FemHigh.
Interesting.
It's just not a place where people are innovating at all. And a lot of like the new brands that you see come out, I mean, I don't ever want to like shade someone else's business, but a lot of it's just like white labeled.
Yeah.
It's like they're all made in the same factory and they just sort of put their name on it.
Oh, interesting.
No one's really trying to innovate in the space.
Yeah.
And I felt really passionate about that because I think as women, we often feel like our comfort, we can smile through it. We're so accustomed to pain and discomfort because it's a part of us.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a part of what we deal with every month. It's a part of what we
100%
happens in childbirth. And I was like, if there's a way to make a woman's life more comfortable, I feel like there's products made just for her.
Yeah.
And someone who loves them. What a blessing. Like, how cool. So I started calling manufacturers. Everyone kind of hung up on me. And then I got this one manufacturer on the phone from Germany. And I told her the idea. And she goes, where's that? That is a good idea.
Amazing.
I was like, oh my goodness. So she sent me tech. She was the first person to say, like, send me books of cottons. These are the cottons that are on the market. This is what can go through the machinery. She sent me a little outline of like, this is the mold that everybody uses. It's why every panty liner is the same shape.
Interesting.
And I knew that shape wouldn't work for us. So I could start trying to sort of like build from the back.
Yeah.
Like, this is what's out there. This is what isn't working. So how can I change this to make something that would work?
Yeah.
She also sent me adhesive samples. So I just started like trying to make my own prototype. I finally got something that I thought a manufacturer could make for me. And when I sent it to them, they're like, it's going to be $25,000 to get a mold in your shape. Like, just use the shape everyone uses. I was like, $25,000.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. It was just so much.
That's so much, especially for like a sample.
Especially for a sample.
So what did you do?
So I said, can you make me an extra long panty liner with my materials, my like what would then be my patented design, my plastic-free design, my lack of powders, all the cool stuff about Skimpy's, our adhesive pattern. Can you make me an extra long panty liner with all my stuff and then I'll hand cut it? So I was hand cutting.
Oh my God. Because you were like, I don't want to that. So how much did it cost without
my card for this mold?
So how much did it cost without them hand cutting it for you?
I mean, it was still thousands of dollars to pay for the product.
Everything else, but it was like less.
But I didn't have to pay for that mold. What that allowed me to do was start creating content on like a smaller scale and start getting people out there using Skimpy's and liking it. And so
let me ask you a question. How did you, from a content perspective, because I'm actually really interested in this part as well. I think as like any creative entrepreneur right now, in my mind, a big part of your product also has to do with your content.
Yeah.
Because your community, I think like more and more power is going to go to community, to the people who have community around them. And it's very hard to build community. I'm very much in my own process of like building my own social media, and I'm posting 2 times a day now.
Good for you.
And like, but it is so much work.
Yes.
It's like, wow, like I have so much respect now for influencers and for all the people, because I used to be like, well, they don't do anything. Like I really had that kind of judgment.
Yeah.
And now that I've been putting all this time into it, I'm like, no, it's a lot of work. And I'm curious, like, how did you think, oh, I should share this or I should make content around this? And how did you have the thought, maybe it should be funny content? Or was it part of your marketing thing? Or are you just like, I'm struggling, I want to share? Had you already built a little bit of a community, or were you thinking of building it around this brand?
I had a little bit of a community built around just my acting and writing and like comedy circle, but nothing related to starting a business. And in fact, I think I was really underestimated.
Yeah.
But I was bashful in the beginning, actually.
Yeah.
I was really scared about putting myself out there. I was nervous about talking about FemHi. I was nervous about talking about my UTIs.
Yeah.
Like discharge.
Yeah.
I had a lot of imposter syndrome. So early on, I would just like show myself cutting Skimpy's and then I'd like hand deliver them to someone and we'd hug. And one time I handed them to someone in their driveway because I had a lot of friends who liked wearing Skimpy's in their leggings.
Yeah.
I handed it to her in her driveway and I said, I can't wait to be in your pants. And we laughed so hard.
Yeah.
And we started hugging and we started like laughing till we were crying.
Yeah.
I was like, wait.
You're like, this is good.
This is a thing.
Yeah, it is.
And then the next week, I found a tumor in my left breast and ended up having a double mastectomy 3 weeks later.
Oh my, wait, so.
I don't know if you know that.
Well, I do know that, but I didn't know. So how do you know? Like, is that just like a random checkup thing? Like you should just be checking yourself and they can find it? Or like, I'm just saying this for anyone out there.
Yeah.
Like, or is this something where you felt something weird or something was uncomfortable and you went to the doctor because of it and then they found it?
Yeah, I felt something weird. It was kind of like a lot of things happening at once. I felt something weird. I was scheduled to have my first ever mammogram. I was 1 year late. I was supposed to start at 35, but I was a year late because
I don't think I've done one.
So I was supposed to start at 35 because we have so much breast cancer in my family. My grandma died at 40 of breast cancer.
Got it.
So it depends, but also start at 35 if you want,
why not,
girl.
Yeah.
And show them your boobies. Put them in that little thing and get them pressed down to a pancake.
I know, I heard that it hurts.
And They're so bad. I know. I was like, well, that's the one good thing about losing them.
Yeah.
I always say I had reconstruction done, so I always laugh. I'm like, they're just for fun now.
Yeah.
My husband's like playing with them and I have no sensation. I'm like, go to town. They're just for fun.
So why did they have to do double mastectomy?
For me, it was preventative. So my
Oh.
tumor ended up being precancerous.
Okay.
So I was going to have a lumpectomy. It was fast to decide to have the double mastectomy because I didn't want to have a lumpectomy and then have a double mastectomy. That's a lot of surgery.
Yeah.
So if I was going to do it, I just wanted to do it, get the tumor out and take out all my breast tissue at the same time.
Yeah.
And I'm really grateful that I made that decision. God has put a lot of like signs in my life that it was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And I was always worried. I think when you have breast cancer in your family, it sometimes feels like alcoholism in the sense that like it's generational.
Yeah.
And you feel a lot of pressure to be the one to put a stop to it.
Yeah.
To show your kids that like this isn't going to take us down.
Yeah.
I feel a lot of power that like my daughter saw me go through.
Yeah.
That surgery, I really let her in on the process. And because my husband, like yours, is my partner.
Yeah.
He was my caretaker. He milked my drains.
Oh my God.
And so a lot of this happened at home. And she saw mom recover. She saw mom have reconstruction.
Does the reconstruction happen at the same time or after?
It can. It depends on what you decide and what your doctor feels is best.
Okay.
I chose a doctor who does it all in the same day.
I mean,
So it's a big day.
Yeah, but that sounds to me, I would much rather have one really big day
Me too.
than two like pretty awful days. I don't know. It just sounds like
Me too.
Like that's like a lot because you have to recover from one thing and then recover
Yeah.
from the next thing.
Additional surgeries after reconstruction are really common.
Yeah.
So I just want to put that out there for like your listeners.
Yeah.
That unfortunately is usually a part of the process.
Yeah.
It just depends on how prone you are to infection. If your tumors were cancerous,
Yeah.
what you're dealing
Specifics.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah, what your specifics are. Damn, are women so strong?
It blows my mind how much women do.
I
And
know.
especially now that we're in an era where we are working women and where we are successful as working women. And like, it doesn't stop us from doing all the other things we've been doing for hundreds of years. And it's like almost
Yes.
confusing because it's like, and granted, like, I think the more successful you are, the more you can hopefully have some sort of support system.
Right.
But even if you're paying for a support system, I feel as a woman that like managing the schedule of our life just
Mhm.
falls on me. There's just so much managing of everything and everyone and everyone's needs. And it's just like everyone comes to you. And then on
Yeah.
top of that, you have your business and your partnership and your kids and your, self and your everything else. And so it's like, yeah, it's kind of wild how much we do.
It's so wild. And I always think like there's a reason why caretaker has the word care,
Yeah.
carrying. Women carry.
Yeah.
We are the
a lot.
carriers.
100%.
Physically, I should show you everything in my purse,
Yeah.
right? I've got bananas. I've got mini little water bottles.
I've
I've got
got
band-aids.
bananas.
I've got, you know what I mean? Like we're physically carrying. And
Yeah.
then the mental load, we carry so
Oh,
much. I could tell you
so
how
much.
much bologna is in my fridge right now.
Yeah.
How much Windex is in the bottle. You know what I mean? We just carry all this information and that does
It's so much
hold a
information.
load because
It
you're
does.
thinking in the back of your mind, do I have time to run to the store? Will we be out of wind? Like you're just thinking it all
Yeah.
through.
And it's funny because it's actually one of the things I deal with my husband a lot is he feels like I'm very anxious.
Yeah.
And he's like, do we really have to talk about that right now? Like, do we really have to figure out what's in the fridge right now? And I'm like, well, the thing is, if I don't figure it out right now, there will be no food when we open the fridge.
Right.
Like I've calculated that, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm constantly having to calculate all of these like other thoughts and side notes. And, like if we want to do this, then we have to have the nanny come, but she needs to come by this point so we can leave by that point. So we can arrive by that. Like there's so much,
Girl, I never knew I was going to be late to an event 4 hours before the event started until I became a mother.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's like the beautiful mind in your head. You're like, okay, 20 minutes to put him down for a nap, 20 minutes for a shower, 20 minutes to blow dry my hair. It's like, it's 4 hours ahead of the party. I'm like, I will be 20 minutes late.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But to piggyback on what you said about like the load and how strong women are, and honestly, it ties back to the social media creation of what we were talking about. Going through all of that, having my double mastectomy is the reason I fully launched Skimpies. I put my deposit down, that $25,000 deposit from my hospital bed for my mold.
You were like, that's it, I'm doing it.
That's it, I'm doing it.
How did that moment happen for you?
I woke up from my surgery and I had no breasts.
Yeah.
I had no career
Yeah.
because COVID and babies and not feeling like I could go all in on Skimpies.
Yeah.
I knew I wasn't going to have a third baby. And I just felt so low.
Yeah.
I was like, who am I as a woman, as a human? Like, what is my life going to be?
Yeah.
And I felt this overwhelming urge from God to just list the things that made me happy. Like I felt like I heard that voice in my head say, list the things that make you happy. So I said, God, my kids, my husband, and Skimpies. And then that totally surprised me. I was like, Skimpies? That little thing I do that like,
Yeah.
and then I had that image of me hugging my friend and jumping up and down and saying, I can't wait to be in your pants.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, this is how I'm going to bring joy to this world. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do that for billions of women
Yeah.
with that same scale. Like
Yeah.
I'm hugging them, like we're jumping up and down. I'm going to make them laugh and I'm
Yeah.
going to give them a product that makes their life feel really good.
Yeah.
And so I said to my husband, like the first thing I said when I saw him, it's like, we're putting that deposit down on that mold in China.
And what did he say?
And I was like dreary from the anesthesia.
He was like, you're on drugs, babe. No, no.
I truly thought he was going to be like, and he touched my shoulder and he goes, yeah, we are.
Aw, that's the
I was
best.
like, oh
Married
my
a gem.
gosh.
That's awesome. I love that.
I know. So my first video that I like posted on the main feed about Skimpies, I had my drains tucked in. Like I was like, I could barely lift my arms. And I wanted to go all in. I had no more imposter syndrome. I was like, if I can tackle this head on,
Yeah.
why can I not talk about discharge on TikTok?
Yeah.
This is something all women go through.
100%.
This is what makes us human. This is what makes us amazing. This is what makes
Everything.
our community so authentic.
Yeah.
That as women, we are not gatekeepers with each other.
Yeah.
When we're in sisterhood and community, we're like, oh, girl, you should do this because
Yeah.
this is great.
Yeah.
And that's always been the vibe that I wanted for Skimpies. And as we continue to grow the line and grow the business, I just get so excited about the future because there's so much white space in this category. And
Yeah.
I want to solve all these problems for us
Yeah.
in a way that just makes us feel like it ain't that deep.
Well,
It's
and
just
also,
fun.
I do think like it's interesting. So when my movie, the second movie that we made, that we sold to HBO, we filmed once a month throughout my pregnancy. But when we first started filming it, I actually had a miscarriage while we were filming,
Oh, babe.
which was, yeah, it was awful. It was like one of the worst things I've been through. But what was so surprising to me was that when I started talking about it, I knew so many people who had gone through it.
Yeah.
And no one had told me. And I was so confused, like, why hadn't they told me? But I think, and it's weird, it's kind of like different, but like discharge in the sense of like, everyone obviously goes through all these things as women. But we've kind of been like told that just some things shouldn't be discussed. And then it's like when you discuss it, someone else goes, oh my God, yeah, are you kidding? Like, what do you do? This is what I do, or this is how it was for me, or this is what I went through. And I was like amazed at like, I mean, probably almost like 50% of the people I knew had gone through some version of it. And so I actually ended up incorporating that storyline into the movie because I was like, this seems like something we're not talking about enough that seems to be happening a lot. And, you know, very gratefully I got pregnant again and it worked out. And that's my beautiful, wonderful, perfect son. Yeah. But it was interesting to me, you know, just like these conversations that we're not having. And once we start having them, how easy they are to have and how many people are experiencing similar things and how many people want to talk about their own experience. And we're in a moment where we can't, you know?
We can. I think we've felt for a really long time as women that our pain is our burden to carry.
Yeah.
And we don't want to inconvenience anyone else with our pain.
Yeah.
It's an inconvenience to the conversation.
Yeah.
And how beautiful in like true sisterhood, just women to women, when we can say, I went through this and someone's like, me too.
Yeah. So important.
Yeah. So important. I think it's why, like we say, like it takes a village. It doesn't just take a village for our kids. It takes a village to bring them earthside.
Yeah. 100%.
It takes a village to get them to the place where they can be adults. You know, we need to be surrounded by other women.
100%. And I think community is such a big part of that.
It's my whole business.
So,
Like,
so
I
tell us about that.
just
So how did you build all that? So you did that video, and then how did you start building more community on TikTok? And what kind of rules did you give yourself about like how often you were posting or what kind of stuff you were posting? Like how did you come up with this, was it a plan? Or was it more like you were just randomly filming things and then you were like, wait a minute, I need to get more serious about this? Or how did it happen?
there was no plan. And now I realize, now that we're at a stage where like we have experts, and I'm like, oh, it was better when there was no plan.
Yeah, interesting.
The no plan is so beautiful. So sometimes I have to tune out like the noise
Yeah.
and stick to my gut. But in the beginning, I created a rule for myself that I wanted to create one piece of content a day,
Okay.
post it no matter what.
Yes.
And this is where being a comic and coming up through UCB really plays to your advantage, because when you're in comedy, you don't test a joke by doing it in your living room. You get on a stage and you do it in front of other people.
Yeah, it either works or it doesn't.
And it either works or it doesn't.
Yeah.
What works in your living room to your cute husband
Yeah.
maybe may not hit on stage.
Yeah.
And so you can't test your marketing material if you're doing it in a vacuum.
Yeah, 100%.
If it makes you cringe, still post it.
Well, that's so funny. So that's one of the biggest things that I say with my book and with everything that I'm doing with my brand. I'm such a big believer in not waiting for perfection, in not waiting for it to be resolved or done or ready to go. There is no ready to go. You have no idea. You don't know what people's response is going to be. You have to just do it and keep doing it. And I actually think one of the biggest things that people don't realize is that it compounds. So like it's not, and it's kind of the same thing as I say this, it sounds silly, but like as our workout, it's not about the workout. It's about how showing up every day compounds. It becomes like a muscle. If you have this muscle of allowing yourself to be a little cringe and just like doing it all the time, you actually give yourself permission to be more creative, to be more out there, because you're not filtering yourself all the time, which actually changes your identity about who you are and what you're capable of doing, what you're capable of sharing.
Completely.
Yeah. So we were talking about just posting every day. You were going to post once a day.
Yes.
Yeah. And you were just like, I'm just going to commit to that. And you were saying how comedy was helping you like just have the like, okay, I'm just going to do it no matter what.
Yeah, because you have to test your marketing materials in public.
Yeah.
It helped me. So posting every day, not being worried about being cringe or upsetting like a carpool mom or whatever, because they're not paying your rent.
Yeah.
They're not paying your mortgage.
No.
They're not your best friend.
No.
Like, who cares?
No. And also, by the way,
Those people are going to be asking you if their nephew or niece can have an internship in a year.
100%. And the other thing is you find your people,
You find
right?
your
So it's
people.
like in my mind, it's like, I'm not for everyone.
Yeah.
That's okay. Like I have a pretty big personality. I like that about myself. Like I take up space. That's not for everyone.
Mhm.
Some people think women shouldn't take up space. Those are not my people. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's okay. Like if I'm going to say something and it makes you a little uncomfortable, or you feel like I spoke too loud, maybe I laughed too loud and that made you feel a little weird. It's like, that's fine. You're allowed to have all those feelings. And also those are not my people, So I think that like you build the community around the people who want to be a part of what you're building.
Completely. And those people are fine.
Yeah.
They go over to their friends who,
Yeah.
I don't know, they're grumpy gusses.
Yeah. Or there's something else,
I
whatever.
don't want to go to a grumpy Gus party.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I'm busy. And
Yeah.
I want my party to be fun.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I committed to posting. I felt liberated from my surgery, from my mastectomy, to just not care.
Yeah. Because you had gone through a lot too.
I'd gone through a lot too. And I hadn't really been paying much attention to TikTok. I was focused on Instagram, and anything I'd post on Instagram, I'd then like throw on TikTok.
That's what I've been doing.
I had this video that I made for Instagram that made me feel really cringe. It was the most out there I'd ever been.
Okay.
This was like the first December. We'd only been launched for 2 months. This was December 2024. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is like a close up of my camel toe. Like, this is so embarrassing. Like, oh, I can't believe I'm putting this out there. Like, My mom follows me on Instagram. By the way, my mom is like, go girl. Like, my mom is like
my camels.
my mom is my number one supporter. So, but anyway, still, I was just like, "Bleh."
Yeah.
And like, I consider myself a Southern belle and a lady. So
Yeah.
it's like, but then also I've always said, and I have a post-it on my desk, what I do is always in service.
Yeah.
So if I post a video that makes me feel cringe, but I'm like, it's in service to another woman because it's going to make her laugh.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, oh, I can use this for my front wedgie or
Yeah.
whatever. Then it's worth it. And so that always helps me like move past it.
Yeah.
So anyways, I posted it on Instagram and like, wah, wah. And I was like, you know what? Let me redo this whole edit just for TikTok.
Interesting.
It was the first time I was like, I scroll TikTok.
Yeah.
I know what people like on TikTok. So why don't I make this video for TikTok? So I took what was a 30-second video. I made it 8 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Went to sleep. Posted at like 11 p.m. Watched 30 minutes of Alone. Went to sleep. And woke up the next morning and our lifetime sales had doubled.
Oh
The
my
video
God.
had almost 8 million views.
Oh my God.
And I thought, oh, things are happening on TikTok.
Wow.
People on TikTok have their credit cards out. And I love people with their credit cards out.
Yes.
That's fun.
That's incredible.
So I was like, I need to be doing the opposite of what I was doing. I need to be making content for TikTok. And then Instagram, you can have like some of our cute still images.
You know what? Okay, first of all, you're very much inspiring me right now. I'm very excited. I'm like, I had a download. I just started like a creative accelerator coaching program for people.
Amazing.
Because I have so many people who ask me all the time for help, or they're starting a podcast, or they want to write a book, or they're trying to make a movie, or and I get so many random emails and phone calls, and everyone's just asking me for their thoughts. And I'm thinking like, I'm already doing this for free. Like I should actually create a program.
Yeah.
But what's really interesting about what you're saying is that I think I need to focus my attention on TikTok, because my Instagram is this kind of like 360 version of me, which is great.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It's like me as a mom, me as a filmmaker, me as a coach, me as an author, and I'm so many things just like you. But I feel like what's interesting is if actually I focus on one thing on TikTok,
Love
that might be like, then I don't have to worry about like ruining my Instagram in a way with just like one thing. But also like, it seems like TikTok might be more where people have their credit cards.
Yeah. I think people are on TikTok because they're getting a more unfiltered view.
Yeah.
TikTok is like a real community. I call TikTok a group chat.
Yeah.
TikTok is a group chat where you're willing to get information from someone that you like and follow that is going to lead you to a purchase that you think is lit.
Yeah.
Versus Instagram, I feel like it's just people like, it's like an infomercial.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm always trying to be influenced, so I'm a little more guarded.
Yeah.
Versus TikTok, I'm like open. I'm like, oh, your teeth do look great. I'll get that white strip. And whenever they influence me on TikTok, I'm like, work.
Yeah.
I'm in the business of doing that. But so I put that video up on TikTok. It went totally viral. And that I'm a real believer, especially when I figured out how to calm my nervous system down. I'm a huge believer in feeling the rhythms of the universe.
Yeah.
I'm very spiritual. I'm very faithful. And so I do feel like God will show me the way, even via like a butterfly or a hummingbird.
Yeah.
And if I can feel the rhythm of what's going on and just follow that path
Yeah.
and let go a little bit,
Of your own plan and just kind of see what's happening.
Exactly.
Surrender a little.
surrender. So I felt the rhythm like a wave building on TikTok. So I just felt this calling to go all in. So I decided to go live every single day for 6 months. Girl, if we were in La Jolla as a family, mommy had a folding table and was live selling from the beach. I was also in grad school. It was a huge commitment.
Wow.
My marriage suffered.
Yeah.
I missed my children. My grades suffered. I mean, I was always pulling from one.
How long did you have to
Bucket.
go? How long did you have to go live for every day?
You go live for all in time commitments about 3 hours
Wow.
if you want to have success in doing it.
Interesting.
But it built my brand. Like it built my brand.
How much did your following grow, and how did it affect your brand?
I mean, following grew from like, we had 100 followers.
Yeah.
And, now, I don't know, we're probably like 30, 40,000 organic followers on TikTok.
Okay.
But beyond that, we get millions. I mean, we probably get like 50 million impressions on a
Wow.
live.
Wow.
And we did one live where we had $60,000 in sales.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
No.
You guys, TikTok.
But and beyond that, like I always say too, because I like you, people ask me a lot, like, how do I get started on TikTok shop? How do I get started live selling? So I go from business to business, sort of helping people set up a lot. I do that a lot. And I always tell people, like, I think it's really important when you go into TikTok, and I think you naturally already do this. I know you do because I watch you because I'm a fan. But I think it's important from a business perspective, and why I think a lot of businesses can't find that sweet spot. You have to know who you are.
Yeah.
And you have to come at it authentically, and you have to be in service.
Yeah.
I don't view my
100%.
lives as a way to break sales records. I
Yeah.
view my lives as a way to grow my community.
Yeah.
And make women laugh and have fun. And when we go on, it's like brunch. The
Yeah.
vibe is brunch, and you're sitting across from your girlfriend and you're like, you are so hot.
Yeah.
And you're like, but really, like, actually, you're like the hottest person I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That's the vibe of a Skimpy's live. It's just fun, like girly,
Yeah.
I love you vibes.
No, and I truly believe, and I mean, this is one of the big things I preach, like authenticity is what connects people. And I think like the only version of you that can connect to someone else is the version of you that's real.
Yeah.
Because in a world with people are so scared of AI and this and that, and yes, there's going to be a massive takeover. What's going to stay is authenticity. Like what people are going to always want is a connection. So it's like I remember there was, one time in class, there was this guy who was told me that like my laugh was like too silly and too loud. It was too intense. And he's saying it from like a very loving place. He was like, you're wonderful, but you need to
but change.
He was like, but rein it down, like bring it down so that people can take you seriously. And I remember that the head of like our whole school at some point just like randomly out of nowhere gave this speech about having had a meeting with me and was like, she was so fun and her laugh is just like so particularly like enjoyable. And I just had like the most like serious meeting, but I had like the most fun having a serious meeting. And she basically told the entire rest of the class, she was like, you should all have a little more fun, guys. Like, what are you all doing? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm keeping this laugh. No one's taking this from me. But it's interesting because people have all these perceptions of like what it should feel like, what it should look like, what should a businesswoman look like, what should she sound like, and it's like, no, you get to do it just like you.
Yeah.
And then the people who resonate with your authenticity are going to lean in towards you.
Correct. And if you're coming at it from an authentic place, then your brand is beyond a single product.
Yeah.
It's beyond a single service.
100%.
You can make content about the energy, the community, the vibe, the storytelling, because it's in service. It's not trying to like shove something, it's not that.
Yeah.
It's just, if this works for you, this works for me. Can we connect?
Yeah. 100%.
I also feel like people ask me about AI all the time. They also ask me about like, aren't you nervous that such and such company is going to like rip you off or whatever? And I think people like really underestimate the power of humanity.
Yeah.
As founders and filmmakers, and you're a founder, like you have a podcast, you have a book, you're a filmmaker. As founders, you are the most powerful, important part of your business strategy.
100%.
Because yes, AI can do a lot. Unilever can, and also Unilever, I love you. Like, no shade.
Yeah.
But Unilever could do what I do in a second, right?
Yeah.
They could call my manufacturer, figure out some way around my patent, but they can't recreate me.
No, but the people who care about your product care about you.
Yeah.
They want to be on your journey. They want to be a part of your community. They see you laugh. They see you say, I want to be in your pants. And they go, I want her in my pants.
100%. 100%.
Hey, I can't do that.
We build trust. Yeah. We build trust. We build community. And I think they know that like I am putting a product out there that I wear, that my daughter wears, that my mom wears, that like it is good enough for everyone I love and that I love them too. And when you're a big guy, you lose that piece of friendship, that piece of authenticity.
100%.
And so I really like to lean in to my smallness. Like, there's a reason Ant-Man is an Avenger. He can like zoom around everybody.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I don't think there's any smallness. I don't see any smallness. Or what do you mean?
Oh,
Ah,
I guess
I'm
it's
like,
so
smallness where? You have like, you're super tall, stunning. You have a great, like, big personality in like the best way. I don't see anything small.
so
I don't know what you mean.
how I feel like my business and me sometimes we're like we live together, like we share a body.
Yeah.
But I meant that Skimpy's, yes, we're a $10 million brand. And also, there's $1 trillion brands.
Yeah.
Like in the ecosystem of running a business,
Got
we
it.
could be considered very small.
Got it.
And I find that to be my superpower because I
Got it.
have so much flexibility, just like Ant-Man. Like we have a new product coming out that I announced recently.
Exciting.
It's a panty liner made for menopause and perimenopause. Get into it.
Oh, I love
You heard
that.
it here first.
I love it. Amazing.
I am so excited about it. And I can make decisions like that on the fly
Yeah.
because I'm flexible. I'm nimble.
Yeah.
I'm not beholden to this entire
Yeah.
structure that Playtex is,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah. No, and that's amazing. And quality of life is really important too.
yeah.
So I think when, all these things, like, it's amazing to have all this growth. And then it's also important to constantly be assessing, what quality of life do I want? What does that mean? What kind of changes am I willing to make? What does that look like?
Yeah, that when I stopped my live selling everyday sprint, I did have burnout. And
Yeah.
I had one day where I started crying to my husband because he had invited people over, or I probably did because he's asocial, but whatever. There were people at the house. And his social bug kicked in, and I was ready for the people to leave
Yeah.
because I had to live sell in an hour, and I needed an hour to
Decompress.
decompress. And then, like we just said, the timeline: 20 minutes to shower, 20 minutes, to
Yeah.
20 minutes to do my makeup, 20 minutes to set up the thing. Like, so I started crying. I felt overwhelmed. It was like it was my last week of live selling, and I felt major burnout. And I knew that when I finished that sprint, it was really important to start working in how my mental health was important to my business.
Yeah.
Because
So important.
I was so focused on
So
if
important.
it grows the business, if it's good for the Skimpy sisters, we do it. And I came last.
Yeah. I think we do that a lot as women.
Yeah.
Because we're just used to, it's kind of like what you were saying about caring. It's like we're used to holding everyone else. We've been trained to think like we come last.
Yeah.
And I think especially, I don't know, for some reason in the United States, I feel it more. Like, I grew up in Mexico. And I also spent some time in Europe, and like the culture is very different, where it's like mom needs to be okay first, is like the culture that I kind of grew up with, which I think is really nice. And I think
Mhm.
here there's a lot of like, the more you sacrifice, the better mom you are. And that kind of like transcends into other things. It's like, I can sacrifice my body and my mental health and my blah, blah, blah. And I'll
Right.
make the business grow and the children. And it's like, no, if I'm not well, no one's well. Like, it's so important to be okay
I
emotionally and mentally.
I love that. So it's that I need to put my mask on
Yeah,
so I can put my kids' mask on,
exactly.
like on the airplane.
Exactly.
I resonate with that so much. And I felt really guilty when we were doing our first national distribution deal. I didn't have anyone handling all the but long story short, I like didn't see my kids for a couple of days because I was just working nonstop.
Yeah.
And I went to pick my son up from school, and his shirt was so dirty.
Yeah.
And like his nails needed to be trimmed. I was like, how did 2 days to like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And by the way, like I still tucked them in, I still put them to bed, but I'm used to like, I was a full-time mom
Yeah.
before I launched Skimpy. So I'm just used to really being
Yeah. There all the time.
there all the time. And it's been a real adjustment for me. Anyways, I picked him up from school and I was really proud of myself. Like I did it. I had my first national distribution deal. Like you're going to be able to go into a store and see us on shelf. I was just like really proud. And I also really missed him, and he was really dirty and whatever. I picked him up. I was like, I'm sorry, buddy. Like, I'm sorry. Hi, mommy needs to trim your nails and whatever. And he was like, Mom, you seem really happy.
Oh, that's so sweet. That makes me cry. That's so sweet.
And I was like, you're right. First of all, I also have dirty nails. It's absolute crap.
Yeah.
Go home and play Foursquare. Let's pop some champagne and some orange juice, and like, let's just celebrate being together and maxing out like the time that we have.
Yeah. Well, and also it's so interesting. So my son also, when we were doing our movie and we were promoting our movie, we were so busy. My daughter, by the way, was like 1, which which I felt really bad about. My son was like 4. But I remember at some point we had to leave for like a press tour that we were doing. And I was so worried about him and how he would feel and that I was going to leave again. And he literally was just like, good luck. You guys are going to do great. Like, it was like, he was like,
I'll see you in 2 days.
yeah, he was like, I felt like he was like rooting for us. He was like, you're like, good luck. It's going to be awesome. Like, I'll be fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was like 4. I was like, what's happening? But I also think that, I've read a lot of stuff about this, and I don't know, maybe it's also like what I need to tell myself to hold my own happiness, but the quality of the time you spend is actually so much more important than the amount of time you spend. And I think that, granted, I want to spend as much time as I possibly can with my kids. I adore them, but also I want the quality to be really good. I want to be like, I'm so excited about what I'm doing with my life.
Yeah.
And I get to put it all down and just like be here and be so happy to be here instead of like, here I fucking am, you know? Like, which is, I don't know.
You know what has helped me with that so much? I've like kind of divided my brain into like drawers. And I have this drawer that's like purely like basically like the housekeeper, the cook, the care, like that drawer. And I allow her to get business done. She's like folding laundry. She's like, and it doesn't have to be joyful. Like it can be, this is what I'm here to do right now. I'm here to scrub this toilet. And that is what's happening. And then I have another drawer that's like, this is my mom drawer.
Yeah.
This is when I'm in the present moment with my children. And I can separate those two.
Yeah.
So that when we're playing like Dollhouse, Harry Potter, which is my son and I's favorite thing to do, we have this, it's basically LARPing.
Yeah.
We have a full build out.
Yeah.
And we have characters. And in our world, Harry Potter is a total loser.
I love it.
And Ron's like, because my son has red hair like me. And so I think he really gravitates towards Ron. Harry, why are you here? And I don't let the other, and this works for me. This may be something that people like troll you that I'm saying, but I don't find joy in cleaning toilets.
Yeah.
So I don't let that version, that drawer infiltrate my Harry Potter LARPing drawer.
But I think that's actually really smart because what's interesting about that is that I think that because we have this ongoing list of things we just like need to do, to do. It's not like I want to do this. It's like I need to take care of all this like shit work, really.
Yeah.
And so to separate, really importantly, the shit work from like playing, and like the playing and being with your kid is not shit work. But sometimes if you haven't made that separation in your head and you're just having a day where you're doing all these things and you're like, oh, great, now I need to fucking play for 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like
that.
And so it's like you have to like really mentally separate so that it's a different drawer. I love that. Okay, we're gonna have to wrap up. I have 2 quick questions because we're running out of time. So my first quick question is, when you are not feeling super energized or excited, because I think as a founder, as a creative, as an entrepreneur, one of the biggest things that we run into is like we have all this energy and inspiration and we're like, go, 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 do, I got this, and then all of a sudden we're like, what the fuck am I doing? Who even cares? Why does this matter? Like, how do I get up every day and keep doing this? It's not working the way I thought it was going to. It's taking longer than I thought. Like, I just think there's a lot of that. So is there any habit or like thought that helps you kind of come back in those moments?
I love this question. This is a huge part of my life.
Yeah.
I call those moments the setback slingshot.
Yeah.
And I actually did a TEDx at Stanford about this.
Oh, cool.
When I feel that, it's another word for it would be 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Yeah.
But I call it the setback slingshot. When I feel that, I let myself feel. It's like it's a slow week. Customer service, whatever. Somebody quit. The orders aren't what I would like for them to be, or product is stuck in China, or whatever's going on.
Yeah.
I take a step back and I let myself feel, kind of like the tide pulling me. I let myself feel that I'm being pulled back. And I think, okay, this is a pullback because we literally have to pull back to ever launch forward.
Yeah.
We cannot have the launch without the pullback.
Yeah.
So I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to embrace I'm feeling depressed today. I'm going to embrace this is a day where things aren't working out. I'm going to feel it so that when I can let go, when I can plan and let go and let myself launch forward, I felt the inertia of the pullback.
Yeah.
And I think because my entire business was founded from a hospital bed after a double mastectomy, one of the biggest pullbacks of my life, I really like to embrace that feeling that we're low right now,
And that's okay.
and that's okay.
I think that's super important. By the way, I'm doing a TEDx talk too.
I saw.
So like, we need to just like grab dinner and just have like a whole other event. Anyway, I'm like, there's so much more I want to hear. But we are running out of time. So I'm gonna ask you one more question. But I really love that answer. And I think that helps me a lot too. And it's hard to do, I think, because the part of me that's like a workaholic or like is like, you're not good enough, or you didn't do all the things you said you were going to do today. Or, there's like this like mean person that lives in my head that's like, get up anyway. And like, but I have to sometimes embrace and be like, you know what? It's okay. It's okay to have an off day or a bad day or a sad day, or, it's okay, because without giving yourself permission, then you can get really stuck in it.
Yeah.
Okay, but last question. What piece of advice would you give to anyone else who is starting something? What is one thing you wish you knew that would have helped you a lot?
My number one advice for anyone who's starting is build in public.
Yes. Yes. I say that all the time. I
Build
really believe that.
in public. If you're a filmmaker and you're sketching out a shot list and it's janky and you don't even build in public.
Yes. Yes.
If you're an entrepreneur and you are choosing logos, fonts, typefaces, build in public. First of all, legally, it's a great thing to do because it shows you're out here, you're doing it. So if anyone else tries to come up right behind you, you're like, oh, I've been doing this since 20.
Yeah, you're like, I have proof. April 26th. Yeah.
Here's the receipts.
Yeah.
But beyond that, energetically, you're claiming it in front of the whole world.
Yeah.
I am doing this. You're going to watch. We're going to be on this journey together.
Yes. I love that. I literally preach this all the time. I'm such a big believer in that. I think it's such good advice. And especially for this new world we're living in.
Yes.
It's like, let people be a part of it, whether you're failing, succeeding, whether people want to know the ins and outs. It's interesting to watch a human being go through all of it. And there's so much that can come from it. Partnerships, friendships, relationships. There's so much. Help. 100%.
We launched, I created like a really janky video saying that I was doing this new product, the first panty liner made for perimenopause and menopause. And a designer commented on LinkedIn and was like, I want to help you do the box.
Oh my God.
It's like, oh, I'll do a better rate than that other person that you met with. He's amazing.
That's incredible.
And I was like, thank you.
Yes.
Universe.
Yes.
He was like, I believe in this.
Yeah. Well, also, if you put it out there, then the universe listens and people. Yeah, I love that. Okay. So now if you could tell everybody where they can find you, where they can find Skimpies. Oh, and if you want to give me my Skimpies box, do you have a present for me?
I get to be in your pants.
Yeah. Oh, I can't. I'm so excited for you to be in my pants. Thank you.
It's been a long time coming.
I know. I've been waiting for this day forever. That will finally be in my pants.
You will never catch me at Burn without Skimpies.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I love it. Thank you.
So I'm Bette Bentley. You can find me on Instagram at the Bette Bentley, and Skimpies at Skimpies Brand on TikTok and Instagram. And then you can find Skimpies at skimpies.com. And we're about to launch at your favorite retailer pretty soon. And stay tuned because I will be announcing that on socials quickly.
Thank you.